Okay guys, so let's continue with our question. Now we'll be moving to question 1.1.2. So I'll just copy that question down. 1.1.2, we are having x minus 6 plus 2 over x, which is equals to 0, and you are given some information there where they say x, it is not equals to 0, and there is some information inside the brackets which says correct 2 in capital letters 2, then you have decimal places, and this question is allocated 4 marks. Okay, so good people, in this case you might need to be aware that when something is written like that, it means it is equals to, but the moment you've got that forward slash crossing the equal sign, it means it is not equals to, meaning they're saying in this given equation your x, it is not equals to 0. So you don't have to worry that much about that. Obviously, with you having your x being 0, it makes the whole of that an error. For example, if you say 2 over 0, you might find that it gives you an error on a calculator. So as just a hint to say, your final answer must never get to a point where you find one of your x values being 0. Most importantly, they are saying correct the 2 decimal places. Most of you guys, when you come across this type of a question, you remember this equation or this formula which says x is equals to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac, all of that divided by 2a. You need to know this formula by heart. Okay, so I'm just going to guide you in terms of how you approach this type of questions. So this is what I would do for me to have that equation in a standard form and without having a fraction. How about I multiply each term by the common denominator? So obviously I can just decide to multiply everything by x. Why would I do that? It's so that when you say the first term multiplied by x, you have x squared. That multiplied by x, you have negative 6x. That multiplied by x, you just have positive 2, which is equals to that being multiplied by x, it is 0. So can you see it is now in the standard form? So now that is in the standard form, you can therefore see that you've got your a value being invisible 1, your b value being negative 6, your c value being what is it, 2. So you can easily substitute into your formula there, meaning you have negative into your b is negative 6 plus or minus square root of your b being negative 6 squared minus 4, your a being 1, your c being 2, all of that divided by 2, and then you have your a being invisible 1. You can therefore punch all of that and you're going to have 2 possible x values. Remember, you can firstly punch the whole of that having a positive sign there, you get an answer, you write it there. You do the same having a negative answer there, and then you've got your second possible answer. So that's how you would approach this question and score yourself 4 marks. Okay, so I will leave it there and we'll meet on our next lesson.